Have you ever wondered the reason you feel not enough isn't because you aren't, but because you forgot how to see yourself, how to see your own worth through your own eyes? What if being enough was never something to achieve, but an illusion you've been chasing your whole life, built from comparisons, expectations, and unmet emotional needs? This isn't just low self-esteem. It's an emotional illusion, a distorted self-measurement that trains you to chase worth instead of resting in it. And you start living for validation, performing for approval, measuring your value through what you do, through other people's eyes, until you forgot to see yourself through your own. It's not really about how you see yourself. It's about how you've allowed others to define what you see. It has already become normal for us to feel this way. When we feel not enough, okay, it's normal to just accept it and compensate for it by achieving more and doing more and being more until it becomes automatic for you. Like doing more, giving more, being more, but receiving less until you feel empty. You have nothing to give anymore until you feel useless, like all your efforts mean nothing. So you work harder until you feel enough, until it feels enough, until you feel satisfied, until you disappear from your own life. Because the truth is that satisfaction will never come. You keep hoping for someone to find you, to save you, to see your worth, to see you and love you and recognize you for what you truly are. But what's the point? What's the point of all of that if you always end up nothing, ruined, devastated, and empty every time you don't get what you wanted or what you truly deserve? Every time you receive less compared to what you have given, then you are going to blame yourself for not being enough and continue to work hard, continue the cycle, doing it again and again until you get tired and finally give up. Because, honey, who wouldn't be empty after doing all of those and then not compensated by how much you give? Hi, I'm Joanna Reyes and welcome back to my channel. And in today's video, we are going to tackle and decode where that illusion begins, why you always feel not enough even if you already are, and how you can rebuild your inner security so you never need the world to remind you of who you are. The first reason why you feel not enough even if you are, you tied your worth to your achievement. You were taught that love is earned, and praise and validation became your proof of worth. Remember, as a kid, you were celebrated for having good grades, for having good conduct, for being polite, for being obedient, and some of you were even punished or shamed when you failed. As an adult, we repeat that same pattern, chasing promotions, numbers, recognitions, and validations. And awards, it becomes the very definition of your worth. It becomes your source of meaning, source of your purpose to live, to excel, to get what you think you deserve, to get out of your miserable life, or to prove that you can do better, to prove that you're above and different from other people, from everyone else. It gives you a sense of accomplishments and power to the point that it becomes addictive. That high, that hit of dopamine of doing well, excelling, drives you to work harder because deep down you believe you have to earn what you deserve. But when you stop, when everything that you work hard for, when it's taken away, when you made a mistake or fail, everything starts to collapse. The very foundation of your own inner world, of your emotional world, your inner security, your emotional stability, your sense of power crumbles. We were trained to survive. So we automatically think that if we do more, be more, achieve more, everything will be okay. Everything will be stable again. We will be safe, stable, and worthy again. Okay, the camera keeps falling. I'm sorry. That's why a lot of us are afraid to stop working, like afraid of resting. If they stop working, they will feel useless. But that is how you ruined yourself. Because if your self-worth depends on your achievement, on external validation, you start perceiving yourself, your value, your existence, your worth through the eyes of others. And you start to treat yourself based on how others see you. So on the surface, this looks like you're just trying to please people, to be seen, to be recognized, is to be valued. But deep inside, your mind has already decided, if I'm not achieving, if I'm not doing enough, I am not worthy. What to do instead? Detach your self-worth from achievement. I know, easier than done, right? But as profound as it sounds, it's really about learning, or rather allowing yourself to learn. It's guiding your eyes, your ears, your heart, your senses, to see and return your senses back to yourself, to perceive yourself without using the filters or lens of the people around you. Think about it. If you see yourself as unworthy, how did that thought form? Where did it come from? Did you truly see yourself that way? Or is that just how others made you believe you are? Remember, every human being have their own biases. Their perceptions are shaped by their own stories, experience, unhealed wounds, and desire for control. So most of the time, how others see you, how others think of you, or what others say about you is just a projection of themselves. But here's the thing, you are a human too. You have your own bias too. You have your own stories, your own feelings, your own truth. So why not look yourself through your own eyes instead of living through the perception of others? Only you know who you really are, how you feel, what you want, what you love, and what you're becoming. Whenever you catch yourself trying too hard to be more, take a pause and ask yourself, who am I when I stop performing? Who am I when I stop doing this? Who am I when I stop doing that? Then do something unproductive on purpose. Rest, play, create. Do something that is not productive. You do that because you just want to feel, you just want to be free. Think of it like you're giving yourself a day off from proving something. Do the things that make you feel free, taste something sweet, move your body, explore something new, swim, go fishing, love, not because it's useful or productive, but because your heart wants to. While doing that, you are teaching your nervous system, you are training your nervous system that you are still enough, even when you're not productive, that it is okay to exist, that it is okay to just breathe and not be productive. The second reason why you feel not enough, even if you are, is that you confuse progress with healing. You believe the more you fix yourself, the more worthy you become. You over-consume self-help, always finding a new flaw to work on, trying to improve yourself. You never feel complete because you keep moving the finish line. I have an acquaintance who was going through a breakup. She was so devastated because she got ghosted. No closure, no explanation, just left in the dark, not knowing what to do. She told me she wanted to get over him, to move on from the relationship, and to finally learn how to love herself. So I asked her, what do you love to do? What makes your heart light up? And she said, I love improving myself. I love learning, listening to self-improvement and empowering podcasts, learning about investing, finances. I just want to become better. And as she talked, I saw it, that deep rejection wound, that belief that if she's not more, she'll be rejected again, that if she's not enough, no one will ever choose her. So she tries to heal by doing that, by fixing, improving, and becoming more. And while that sounds admirable, it's not really healing. I told her, what you're doing now isn't healing, it's coping. You are not allowing yourself to pause, to feel, to let things be. You're just trying to work your way out of pain instead of sitting with it. Being more isn't healing. Progress is not healing. You don't need to fix yourself to be worthy. You don't need to achieve something just to escape the fear of rejection. Sometimes healing looks like doing nothing, just sitting with what hurts and letting it soften. What to do instead? Healing is not self-improvement, it's self-acceptance. The purpose of taking rest, a pause, or putting a halt on everything you do is to let the noise subside. And by noise, I mean the fast-paced movement of society, that this self-love and hustle culture telling you who you must be, to be more, to be powerful, to keep showing up every day, to chase after success, validation, and visibility. Basically, all the things and beliefs you think you must do just to be chosen, to be seen, to be worthy in this world. You are healing right now because You got wounded, broken by something you thought was meant for you, but ended up hurting you instead. Because at some point, you forced yourself to become someone else just to achieve what you wanted. But you cannot heal while chasing the very things that hurt you in the first place. Think of healing as giving yourself permission to be nothing. And by nothing, I mean nothing the world tells you to be, just you. Think of healing as your permission to rediscover yourself, not by trying to become more, but by allowing yourself to be. Healing is being less so you can become more, not being more so you can heal and end up receiving less. Because you grow faster when you stop trying to be someone else, because you already have the solid core to grow from. Third reason why you feel not enough, even if you are, is because you chase external validation to feel inner emptiness. You rely on others' reactions to feel seen because you were emotionally unseen before. Example, have you ever tried to post something on social media, something that you genuinely loved, something you created from the heart, but when it didn't get likes you expected, few reactions, you suddenly started to doubt yourself. You end up deleting it later because you think it's not appealing enough, or it's cringe, or it's shameful, or simply not good enough for people to like, so you dismiss everything that you created. So instead of posting to express yourself, you start creating to impress, even if it's not really you. Because that version of you is guaranteed to be loved, liked, and celebrated. That is not vanity. That's a validation wound. Have you ever asked yourself, what's the point of all of this really? Even if you're loved and celebrated by everyone, what's the point if what they love isn't you at all? If they only see the version of you that's been curated, performed, or filtered, and you end up feeling emptier, unseen, and disconnected from yourself. The root of this is forgetting how to see yourself by yourself, forgetting how to respect and accept what you see, because somewhere along the way you let others people do that for you. But the truth is, you cannot please everyone. They have their own lives, their own shits, their own struggles, their own chaos, just like you do. Yet you keep giving people the power to define you, how you should be, what you should do, what you should believe, say, or think, just so they will love you, like you, and celebrate you. But in the process, you lose your freedom. You can't say what you really want to say. You can't do what you really want to do. You can't express who you truly are, because the moment you do, they might unlike you, leave you, or invalidate you. And that's terrifying, because remember, you already handed them your power. You become their puppet. You become their Barbie doll, their pet on a leash, waiting for treats or love and approval to feel happy again. It's cruel and absurd, but it's true, because now your sense of self and existence is tied to external validation. So the real question is, if all of that disappeared, the likes, the praise, the approval, what would be left of you? Who would you be without all of those? What to do instead? Rebuild your inner security. And inner security happens when your core is filled with you, your essence, your knowing, your own love, yourself. It's being connected to what you want, what you feel, what you have, what you dislike, not what other people think or what other people expect or validate. Can you see the pattern? Inner security happens when you fill yourself up with yourself, not with other people's opinions, attentions, or affection. Otherwise, you'll always feel insecure. Because, honey, people come and go. If they come, you will feel full. If they leave, you'll feel empty. But you, if you fill yourself up with yourself, you will remain you, continuing, expanding, growing, and becoming. If you keep chasing after people to fill you up, who will remain with you when they're gone? No one. And that's when the emptiness begins. So whenever you feel empty, check in with yourself. Maybe you're not in you. Maybe you're not inside of you. Maybe you're out there waiting to be fed with love and validation that was never meant to sustain you in the first place. Before posting, ask yourself, would I still love this even if nobody reacts? Before doing or expressing something, ask yourself, did this come from my true expression? Is this me? Am I doing this because it's who I am, or because people expect it so I can feel validated, loved, and accepted? That's how you reprogram your reward system from seeking external approval to living in internal alignment, so you can be free to be yourself.